Are there steps you could take around your farm to make sure the chances of a fall are not as great? Joining us with some tips along with dealing with stress and depression and avoiding accidents this harvest season is Trauma Outreach Coordinator Tracy Dethlefs-Rademacher of CHI Health Good Samaritan Hospital of Kearney. Tracy, we know that falls are the overall number one reason that adults are admitted to the hospital. What can we do to reduce that risk of falling on the farm?
Paul, falls are the number one most common cause of death and injury on farms, especially among our older farmers. Even from waist high, falls can cause serious injuries. Fortunately, there are a lot of things you can do around the farm to help prevent those falls from happening. Some of those things include attaching extra grab bars on your trucks, tractors, ramps, and steps, using non-slip tape on ladders and non-slip matting in the shop, and replacing any old or broken steps. Avoid heights when possible, but if you do have to work up high, wear a safety harness. Install good lighting, especially around your sheds. Tidy up your workshops, trying not to leave clutter around. Keep your paths and walkways clear, and keep as fit as possible. You'll be less likely to fall if you're in good physical shape. Remember, it's much easier to prevent a fall than it is to recover from one.
Those of us who live and work in rural and remote communities have to deal with hardships such as unpredictable climate and market conditions, also financial strain, social isolation, long working hours, and reduced access to service. Tracy, what should we know about stress and depression?
The effort of trying to provide for a family and keep a farm or business going can be highly stressful. Sometimes we don't realize how stressful life has become. Signs that you may need some help to deal with the stress are problems with concentration or memory, lack of energy or motivation, lack of interest in activities that you used to enjoy, sleeping problems, changes in appetite, mood changes, physical problems, and even heart palpitations or shortness of breath. Continued chronic stress can lead to depression, and signs of depression can include a constant feeling of sadness, persistent feelings of gloom, guilt, despair, or hopelessness, or even recurring thoughts of suicide. You can take positive steps to tackle your depression, relationship problems, and financial concerns. The first step is to talk about your worries with other people. Talk to your doctor. Educate yourself about stress and depression. Understand what you're going through can help you manage these conditions. Remember, you're not alone. If you or someone you know is experiencing any of these difficulties, help may be available in the form of financial support, professional mental health services, and other support services. Assistance is usually free of charge, and in some cases, support workers can even come to you. The Nebraska Rural Response Hotline offers help for farmers in our region and can also get you in contact with help if you are outside of Nebraska. Call 1-800-464-0258 for help, and I'll give that number again in just a moment.
Talking right now with Tracy Dethlefs-Rademacher of CHI Health Good Samaritan Hospital of Kearney. Tracy, with the harvest season going strong, what can you share on some harvest safety tips?
During the harvest season, it's important for people involved in agriculture to be well prepared and safe. Long hours, powerful machinery, and isolating jobs increase the risk of farm-related injuries and fatalities. However, remembering a few dependable safety practices and picking up a few new tips or two can help you avoid a serious accident. Farmers often work alone. This, combined with fatigue, can be a dangerous combination. It's important to keep in touch with family and neighbors. Every farm business should have a reliable communication equipment and a regular system of checking in on those isolated workers, as well as an emergency plan in case anyone would get hurt. Working on a farm can be dangerous, and fatigue can lead to accidents. Remember to look out for your body as well as your farm. Tips that could help are aim for a good night's sleep every night, get some regular physical exercise, eat healthy food and drink plenty of water, limit or avoid alcohol and other drugs, and reduce your caffeine intake. Tea, coffee, and soda. These things may provide a temporary fix, but can lead to an overall fatigue.
What do you have for some final thoughts, Tracy?
I just wanted to give that Nebraska Rural Response Hotline number out one more time. It is 1-800-464-0258. Remember, we're not alone, and there are people out there that want to help. Again, that number is 1-800-464-0258. Have a safe and bountiful harvest, everyone.
Thanks, Tracy. That's Trauma Outreach Coordinator Tracy Dethlefs-Rademacher of CHI Health Good Samaritan Hospital of Kearney, talking about some tips to avoid falls on the farm, dealing with stress and depression in rural areas, and avoiding accidents this harvest season. In case you missed something in this interview, want to listen to it again, you can find it in the news section when you click podcast at krvn.com. Again, that's news when you click podcast at krvn.com. I'm Paul Perkins on the Rural Radio Network.